returned. We were in the Milwaukee, and now we are back from the Milwaukee. Had some issues with my camera there at the beginning. I don't know why. It was like I could move the camera left, right, up, and down, but it wasn't zooming or changing the brightness or anything. It was really weird. Needed to restart. Hello, Harry. My voice, I'm going to see actually how tonight goes. My voice is only somewhat back. Saturday I had, Saturday night? Yeah, Saturday I had the Anthology 8 premiere. And between that and going to a party room and then going to a loud panel and then going back to the party room and stuff, I was speaking loud all night and I lost my voice. So I am slowly getting it back. Well, it was Sunday morning. I had such difficulty speaking. I couldn't make words. Everything sounded like I was going through puberty. Not the first time that's happened, but Anthology was like packed. Like they ended up moving the rooms to make sure that we had enough space for everybody. Thankfully, it was a lot of logistical changes and actually even hardware changes, and they actually made it into perfect. Like, because somebody just said in the Anthology chat that they had talked to the staffer, and they said that even with the larger room, the room was full, but they didn't turn anybody away. So it was full, and it was nobody had to sit out because of fire code or anything. So perfect that it changed. They added second projector to help and assist from side of the room for viewability. Like, the staff was great for getting that set up. It went so well. How is Anthology 8 doing? Like 15,000 views. See, that's kind of frustrating. So Anthology 8 has 15,000 views. One of the videos I made for Anthology 8 has 17,000 views. Like, go watch the whole thing. I guess there's a difference between a video that's 38 seconds long and a video that is an hour and a half. But still. Also, I love this. There's a fun metric with YouTube where normally you'd think, I made a new video, therefore, more people would find the video and your subscriber count would go up. For the last probably 5 years, the day I put out a video, my sub count goes down. It'll bounce back like for the day after, but it always ends up being that I think people are subscribed to a ton of people. They don't realize that, you know, they haven't been in the horse fandom for a while, and I haven't put out video for a while, and they missed it a few times, and then suddenly that video comes up and like, oh, I'm still subscribed to that asshole, and they unsub, and then it balances out. So I probably got a ton of subs, and then I lost them all, just as many. It says in the day I put out all those anthology shorts, I gained 0 subs. Like, not a couple days beforehand, I gained 30, but on that specific day, I gained 0. The day afterwards, I gained 64. So I mean, it is, you know, it balances kind of, but still, I think that's hilarious. Okay, and I put out this announcement thingy. Yep, all right. There is going to be no Michael tonight. Looks like he picked up some con crud, so he is going to be doing his own thing. And I did not know what to do tonight, and apparently my stream deck's not working. Stream Deck, what is wrong? It is disconnected from my... Okay, so that's something. All right, well, I guess I got to manually click some stuff. There we go. Okay, camera, I just fixed you. Where are you? Oh my God. That was just working. Hold on. What is going on with tech today? I haven't restarted my stream computer in a while. That could be part of it. Hold on. It's going to be like a... There I go. See. Just needed to get a swift kick, like always. Okay. That works. Now I'm going to get music going. Okay. I think I just need to give everything a good old restart. Computer's been to sleep many times, but not restarted, so... Anyway. With con out of the way... We did all the bad fanfic stuff. We did all the anthology shorts, and I don't have to worry about anthology for maybe forever. Who knows? I don't know. That's up to Jay. I don't have anything on the docket right now. Hello, Sunset. Because of such, I thought I would go back to working on this a bit. I do have something I might start working on in like a month, but not yet. So instead, we're going to do this. There was also, in the next couple of weeks, I want to start experimenting with using AI 3D model creation, porting into SFM to see if I can make really rough backgrounds for things in detail. I want to try playing around with that. I'm not doing it right now, but I want to. I always want to have some detailed backgrounds, but sometimes I don't need anything specific. I just need something that's in a general sense, and that might actually work pretty well, because that could get very expensive if you had somebody custom stuff for just a shit post. But I want to see how that would work for some other things. So I'm going to try playing around with that. I've found a cute few out there that look pretty decent, and I just have to kind of see. Anyway, I should have got like a lozenge or something. Actually, I don't know if these will help, but I have these next to me. They're it's going to be backwards, but they're ginger chews. which is kind of funny for my name, but they're like kind of spicy. But that actually might help. Let me do it between drinks or something. How is Sunset doing? How's Harry? How's Matt doing? How's everybody doing? We are back. We got back at... Actually, it's close to 7 o'clock last night. We kind of got out late because we got into some conversations with people and stuff. So it just took a little while to get out the door. But we're... Michael has the con crud. I have just lost my voice. And... so, yeah. Well, it's been a pretty low-key day so far. I don't remember where we're at on this. So we think we were working on... It's kind of interesting. Doing some floor goop on this one. And it has been forever. I think the... Okay. So the idea with this is I needed to have... the original plan for this was to have Twilight kind of pulled, but I think we ended up stopping because I think this was put in because I think when we looked at the writing for it, it did fit that she could have been pulled down that was why we stopped, because this was supposed to be like a swimming pool of liquids. So it wouldn't make any sense for Twilight to be dragged across the concrete floor. And that's why we stopped. So we need to... I have sympathy con crud. Not exactly sick, but feeling pretty darn close. I feel perfectly fine. I had extra emergency from a while back, and so I brought a few packets, and so every day and whatever water I was drinking for the day, at least the first one, I would have an emergency. So I was trying to make sure that I kept up on my vitamin C because it was normally very bad about doing that kind of thing. So yeah, I think we're gonna do the what is it, catwalks. But for the catwalks, I know that there are versions that can collapse, and I wanted to see what options were out there for them collapsing to see kind of what I might be able to potentially use. So this is catwalk FX. Okay. It's idle. So that's okay, so this is like something pulling it. So I'm guessing this is like a black hole type thing. Come on, reset. That's really fast. But that one actually is workable. So might do something like that. That one also looks pretty good. Sure, there's like a reset button. So yeah. What's this one? Yeah, I don't think that one's gonna work. Just a little bit. Actually, that might work the best because it looks partially broken and then it just kind of falls. The other ones are kind of pulled. I wish that there was a little bit more of a ramp, but I could probably reduce it ever so slightly, the animation to it, just to keep it up a little higher, and that probably could do it. This looks like it's going to be disastrous. Ooh. See that one now. actually looks pretty good. That one actually so far is the winner to me. Now, this one only goes down by a little bit. It has the side railing brake, which is perfect because I want to have her pulled off to the side. And then you get to see some of the other catwalk stuff behind it also being damaged and stuff by it. I think that one so far wins for me. That is catwalk E1. Okay, so this one I don't think is going to work. It's just something coming up and crushing. That looks like the same thing on that one. So it looks like I want E1. Okay, I was like, wait, when does something happen on that one? Okay, E1 with crush 1. Okay, let's make sure that they're sized correctly. Okay, there you are. So how was everybody's time while we were gone? Anything neat happen? I'm thinking it wasn't too long a time. It was the last stream. Last stream was on Tuesday. Trixie slides down the broken catwalk into a vat. I think it said she was scrambling for a hoofhold. Well, this wouldn't be Trixie falling. This would be Twilight falling. Having a scene with Trixie in it does sound like it could work, but I'd have to see. I'm trying to do all the scenes from the book, and technically the scene with Trixie getting the whatever right before the bombs drop, that is from the book. So it maybe work. It just got me thinking. Because we already have how things start. That could work right here, actually. Because a lot of these end ones, I was trying to make it look like kind of their end game thing. Or like by end game, I mean like the things that were happening just before everything went to hell. And this was her with the mass production of armor. This was her testing the Scorpion armor. So I think that would work. Okay, I'm just gonna mark where this is, and then I'm just gonna fix it. Okay, so be here. All right, and then this is gonna be text. This is gonna be Twilight and Trixie with potion, something like that. I think that would work because that was one of the gaps I needed to find something for, and that means that we have an idea of everything to be up until that point. This is where it gets a little harder. Trying to figure out how to fill these gap pieces. Okay. I already can see right now that if I ever finish this video, that the biggest thing that's going to be annoying is I know there's going to be so many people that are like, well, that's not what happened. This is different. Like, in there it said this, and this is a very minor difference. And I'm going to be like, dude, you make a video. Then I don't care. All right, I needed to load in Crushinator. Okay. So this will be out. Just want to see how it breaks. Believe, yeah. I actually need to flip this around. I had it correct. Oh wait, no, I didn't. Okay, there. Oh, now it's right. All right, and now yeah, I was afraid of that. That's fine. I was just thinking about changing the camera on this. I just had an idea. I want to see if maybe having her kind of being pulled, because before I kind of wanted to have the camera be like from it following her down and then into the pot. I'm wondering if it would be better instead to kind of keep it from the side, but then as she's going, have the camera come across and follow her in. Because this allows a couple things for me to cheat it and still be like pretty good looking, is that when she goes over the ledge, if it's nice and close to the vats, you can definitely see that she went into a vat, but I don't have to animate her going into a vat. That is messy and difficult. But I need to figure out the timing. Do I have the music? I do. Oh, some possibly good news. I found a recipe that says I can make a nice Italian pizza sauce using pumpkin and roasted bell pepper. So pizza may soon be back on the menu. You're talking like instead of tomato, you're using pumpkin, because I can see how they're like related. Okay. Yeah, I think this will work from the side. This will make it a little bit less effort. Because I've got to start thinking about this video as less in terms of making it detailed and more in terms of what can actually lead to finishing, and that because it's tough. I'm not going to need that. Keep the underpipes in there for now. We need to get rid of one of the catwalks. I think it's the T. No, I'm keeping the T. I'm getting rid of that one. And then this one will go in its place. Okay, let me get this up a little higher. Did I scale these at all? No, because they look pretty good from that side. Okay, good. It looks better now. A little concerned because it was looking a little different than I thought. Why is it that that matches and that matches? Well, that don't. probably wasn't made to be next to each other. I'm just kind of forcing it. Or this is probably what happened. This is made to be rotated, so the center's maybe slightly off compared, like it's not actually centered. I'd rather have it be where these are synced up than the concrete though. Because these could just look like little like manufacturing whatever errors. These aren't, though technically also they go flat, which is a little weird. This is what I call in the book, the broken cat box twisted towards the vat Trixie took a last bath in. Yeah, so that was kind of the idea here is I can have it be already kind of like torn apart, like having it where I'm trying to do it compared to like me doing whatever, like with this, it's way easier to use this. And then if I wanted to, I can do a loop that has it swinging or something. It allows me to have a little bit of the animation for it. It allows me to have it already pre-done in a position. Also, I wanted her to try to, like when she's getting pulled, to try to grab for like one of the posts here and kind of like tear it down with her, because I didn't want to just make it look like she goes thump. I wanted to make it look like she's fighting, and the best way to do that is she's grabbing for anything and everything. And if she grabs one of these, now it is also terrible. Now I should be able to like just grab this one and, well, okay, maybe not that one. These not terrible. Okay, maybe they're not. Boo. But I can at least, oh, if I'm careful, because these metals doesn't bend like these. Like, can I go to that one too? Okay, yeah. So now I can at least have the metal get bent out. Like she can grab it and then like have it kind of swing with her for a second, and then she potentially gets pulled too hard and it has to let it go. But I wanted to have it something to react to her. This catwalker works a lot better for that. But this one also implies going that direction, which is not what I was originally anticipating, but that's only because I'm right-handed and it just feels like everything needs to go to the right for me. It feels awkward and weird when things don't. So it probably is perfectly fine and I just need to deal with it. This metal grating. Okay, no. Okay, something that still is that. And okay, yeah, I guess this gives me the whole whatever thing. But it is still tied to the whole whatever. Actually, if I just go to these three and say default, that didn't work. This one's way down here. Why is this way down here? Yeah, see, so I'm getting some of these things out of here is going to be hard now. I'd almost rather just not have it there. These catwalks are great, but since it's all the animation is baked in from an external software to make it look like it does and work like it does, the bones only work for that one thing and make it kind of hard for anything else. What's the story with this one? Hello, Silver. We're still working on the Ministry Mayor's one slowly. And because I'm kind of between projects right now, so. Well, this facility is a government-owned facility, so I guess it's close enough for government work. Yeah, well, yeah. I would think it's a wartime government, which means they kind of would be throwing money at it, and they would probably be putting money into really stupid places because it's one of those if you don't use it, you lose it situations. How is Silver doing? Michael apparently has some con crud, so he didn't go to work today. I don't. I sound like it, but it's just my voice still. Okay, now this is fixing it up. It's just because I just had to do one at a time or something. There's so many bones, and trying to figure out which one is for what where is very annoying. It's like, which one controls the bottom of this thing? Okay, that one does. But then it also controls this thing. What are these static props? That's floor. I don't want floor. Okay, oh, that's much easier. Like, yeah, which one controls where this thing is supposed to go? No. Okay, there we go. Okay, wait, that one does? Because then how do I get that to be back on here? Oh, I was gonna say, look, whatever. I could probably just kind of keep it like that. It just doesn't look right. I'd want to have some of these like kind of down a little bit. Working. Oh no, I was noticing I had a bit of a sore throat. Yeah, I don't have any sore throat or anything, and I mean, unless this turns into a sore throat, but right now it's just like no pain, no snifflies, no tiredness, no nothing. Just the same area of my throat that I had problems after trying to have conversations for a while. All right. I need to use this one. But then if this one's in here, this one's broken. I feel like there has to be another bone. Okay, I should have got rid of everything. So yeah, that doesn't. No. 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 Yeah, I have no idea how this was ever at some point up. Because as far as I can tell, these two are connected. Oh, maybe it's a twist of this direction. Yeah, I don't know how. At some point they had to cross, Because this beam is this beam, and that metal beam goes through there. So then why isn't it going through there? You know, too many furry fur. Too much fake furry fur and unwashed flesh flakes. Who knows? Probably just nasal bacteria from allergies. Yeah, hopefully. I've the last 2 conventions I've got some con cred from, so I tried to like take emergency while I was there and stuff to try to help out, but man, I use a lot more hand sanitizer, but there's only so much you can do. So this looks like it's fine. I could just leave it like that, and then, but it's still going to be a problem when she goes to like try to fall off. But okay. I'm enjoying watching you fight with the metal rail thing too. I don't know why it's being super annoying. I'm probably just gonna call it there. We were using this kind of pre-built animation thing to try to make a sort of kind of ramp for Twilight to head into the candy pit. So that looks pretty decent. Because of that though, the vats, it wouldn't make any sense if the vats were right underneath it. It would have to be to the side. I could curl the whole thing, but I'm pretty sure that if I were to grab like a bunch of these and try to curl them, even if I did local, it's not gonna quite work. These are built all very different, so you get this. Well, it's probably just because I don't have that bone either. That's actually not bad. I gotta do it from back here. Okay. I mean, that could kind of work. It's actually not too bad. And then, though, I don't mind doing it a little bit, but I think I might want to pull that back. Having it be a little bit helps, but if it's fully already aiming that direction, there's not much of trying to get her over a railing that gives her any handhold for trying to grab anything. So I think I might leave it like that. That's not too bad. I did want to turn it down a little bit more. It looks like this one should not have been selected, so let's move that back. And these ones, screw it, those go to ground. All right. Being that this whole room is supposed to be filled with a liquid, that's going to be... Would that be tough? If I tile it with something, I could probably make that work. More of my concern is that, say you have all these different colored vats all leaking into some like whatever liquid, what color would that liquid be? Because as far as I'm aware, it should be kind of like a rainbow color, and it's not what we have. So like, the only way to make something rainbow is either to make it white and say, because that has all the colors, or it would have to have splotches of color, but that gets really hard to do in liquid. I have some ideas. We'll just have to see how it goes. All right. So we need to move these vats though. I'm going to actually get rid of some of these things. Like I have the other shot to copy from, so there's no point in like keeping all these things in here. Like the floodlights still need to be in here. Concrete block does. We did this everything to go from this angle, but now it's probably going to be swapping to this angle. That's a pretty easy swap though. We're just going to do it cheaply. Joink. And actually, if I could probably get away with it. If I really wanted to still have her like going down at the same angle into the pit, it's actually not too bad just to reverse the video, do a 180 swap on it. The only negative of doing that is, or not the negative, but it makes it harder for me on editing because the swap video just always feels wrong. If you're working on something for a long period of time and then suddenly you have it backwards, it never feels right. Damn it. I was hoping these were easy full selects, but apparently not. How was your first day back, Silver? Were you right back at work? This one, I guess I didn't need to bring over, but okay. We're doing anyway. They're supposed to be perfectly flat wall, but I'm really not going to care enough. Though I think that might be a little close on the wall here. I think it was said that there was only like, how many vats in the room? There was like a limited amount of vats in the room. It's not like it was a crazy number. I'm enjoying watching you. Oh, they're just rereading it again. See, I don't feel tired, but my brain feels fried. Oh, don't forget Trixie was sitting on a platform that had a machine to dispense measured fluids into a cup. There are pipes from the vats running into the machine. Not nitpicking, just pointing out points of interest in the catwalk. Some of that stuff, though, it's the details that I don't know if I care enough on. Because, like, 98% of people, probably even more, wouldn't even remember any specifics like that. If there was, say, only one color for each, and so there was, like, say, 6 vats or something, or let's say 8 vats, I'd have to make these a lot bigger, which probably will anyway. But we're not going to have much visibility of the floor because it says, yeah, there are pipes from the vats running the machines. If you have a pipe from a machine or from a giant vat, that pipe only has one place it would be plugged in, and that's at the bottom. Because if you have a pipe at like the top that you're just distributing liquid from, there's a certain level where it's just useless, so it'd have to be at the bottom. And if this whole room is filled with liquid, you're not going to see those pipes. You could have it coming up the wall and going somewhere, but you're not going to be able to see anything on the floor level anyway. Guess not care about details. That's like geek poison. It's not as much that, but this video is going to be like 4.5 minutes. And if nothing in this 4.5 minutes is actually really 100% done. That's a lot of stuff. And no, wait, we have one done. We have marked one green. One is done. I'm never going to finish it. So that's more of I'd rather nitpick on the video things than nitpick on the lore. I don't mind nitpicking on lore if it means only a certain amount of work added. But if it's like getting down to like doing 7 rebuilds and a bunch of other stuff, like, yeah, I'm probably not gonna care too much. It's either do it 110% lore accurate and never finish it, or maybe get like 80% the way there and actually get something done. This is definitely by far my lowest priority video, so I'm just gonna get rid of a couple of these. How many vats there are is the question. But I don't think they ever say specifically. I think they just say vats. But I'm thinking I could do something like this. And actually, let's see here. So yeah, there are no pipes coming at the bottom. I can see 2 pipes coming at the top for loading liquid in. But maybe this is for mixing, but it makes no sense if the liquid doesn't have some kind of a thing at the bottom. How would you get the liquid out? I really would prefer to have a visible layering of, so like even if there was say there's only 4, if that was the case, I would very much want it to be like, if it was 8, I want it to be 2 by 2, or actually what I should do is just get rid of all these. There you go. Just copy from one. Because if it's 4, then at least I can have some kind of a depth to it. But if I want to drag down to some point, I think having more than 2 would be good, which means I would need at least 3 long. But then if I need depth, that would be 12 vats total. Only 9 need to be visible, but it would be a total of 12. Because if we did like,
oh boy, smooching time.
I knew that was going to be the Soul Kitty.
No smooching.
What's Soul Kitty doing? If you had some completely lore accurate scenes of Mare's smooching, it will distract the detail geeks. Trixie and Twins' final kiss before the bombs drop. Is it lore accurate? I feel like Michael would have an opinion, but Michael's not here. As if I did. That. And that. There. That then I can have, I gotta drop him a little bit. Buzz me. Yeah, because then open these need to be a little more spaced apart. Because I need to have her like going right into that one. Ready for the snow? I did my grocery shopping and stuff today. I knew that was probably gonna be a problem, so though I thought we were gonna have snow itself earlier, but it's just rain right now, which is kind of like it's literally gonna be rain, then snow, then wind. That is a very bad mix. I'm not going anywhere tomorrow anyway. Sit in my ass. Okay. I would still like the vats to be closer. Actually, why do the vats have to be to the sides? Why can't we just have the vats like underneath one of these, like this? Something. And it makes sense to go between. I'm going to push a little closer anyway. This vat's probably going to be one of the few that has all the stuff in it. They shut down the freeway out west because of multiple jackknifed semis. All right, west. Oh, because it was already. Is it already snowing out west? I was say like it's not snowing yet. Oh yeah, those are all enabled. A ghost fact. Ghosts are allergic to acid. Well, if you melt in acid and you become a ghost, you'll start sneezing pretty quick. You need to get. They have medicine for it though. It'll help. It's called Benadryl. It will help reduce your acid and other ghost-related allergies. Stupid horses. Somebody mentioned we were watching the Anthology 8 after the premiere, watching the next day to kind of like watch it without the audio because I hadn't seen the whole thing yet. It was mentioned that our inside joke that we do about calling things stupid over and over and over again, just with various ways, various ordering of just a couple words regarding how stupid something is. Originally it was about stupid foxes, but now I'm doing it for stupid horses. That was an inside joke for like last like 2 years, and now it's kind of a horse, or it's not an outside of inside joke. That whole thing just came out of the idea because we had it where I think it was Cider Fest. I don't think it was not the year before, but the year before that, I believe we were playing What the Dub, and I just I think for any Zootopia short, I was just talking about not even the Zootopia short, any short. I was talking about how everything was about stupid foxes, dumb, stupid, really stupid, dumb, stupid foxes, and because Knightley likes foxes, and he kept thinking Michael was writing it, and he never actually checked and saw that it was me writing it. So I just kept doing it over and over and over again, like the whole evening, and it kind of just, I don't know, it just kept getting funnier. We just missed the snow by 2 days. I'm so sad. Well, the snow up here, that's different from Milwaukee. There's a pony on the wing. That one was fun too. I'm happy with that one. I still find it funny that I spent like 2.5 months working on shorts for Anthology, and then in the last 2 weeks, of 3 months, in the last 2 weeks, made the whole like Twilight Zone one, and that by minutes at least is like twice as long as the other two combined. So like time wise, at the panel though, the stupid horse and the boy short got laughs, good laughs, but the Twilight Zone one was by far the one that got the most laughs. Like people really liked that one. Okay, I think that should work for the vats, like positioning. I do need to just kind of rotate them a bit. They're all like destroyed, and I don't want to have it a bit obvious that they all got damaged in the exact same way. Okay, that varies it a good amount. All right. So the concrete walls should go down a little bit. Might need to add more layers to it, but so now I need to worry about wave poop mattress. That one, I didn't submit it as a short, and it sounds like it wouldn't have went in anyways. Jay was like, there's certain levels of stupid, and that one is a little bit outside of our expected range. So yes, it was not going to be put in there no matter what. Okay, so if we do this vat, I'm going to have to unbreak it, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. I like to do the hardest things first, and the hardest thing other than just getting her into there is going to be figuring out how to make like floor level liquid. Let me double check. I believe thought I saved it. Apparently didn't. Huh. I used to have a bookmark that had said what chapter I needed to go to for referencing. Whatever. I don't like that. I gotta go through my history. Michael watched so much like Double W Brothers and other stuff that my whole like feed is just horse videos. Okay, so if I need to do some kind of a ground liquid, tons of it. There is an ocean model that I believe is lossless. Yeah, this one. And does look like moving liquid. It's all simulated. So as long as I'm not throwing somebody into it, it works very well. But then at least will look like it's still like writhing and moving. I'm thinking I'm gonna just go with the regular calm. We'll go with that one. Okay. So I'm going to guess it's not moving right now. Oh. Transparent actually might be an option. Let's put that for now. Okay, so now it looks like it's kind of doing its thing. The question then is, if I set the rotation on this one to 0, copy this, and we paste it. If I put these right next to each other, do you notice the seam, or do they move like one? So the seam is right there. Yep, it is made to be seamless. Except for right here. It's a weird, like, gap. Whatever. Worry about that later. It means that it does work. I can always like smooth out some of those edges later. So that was surprised me the amount of music themed edit shorts. There was somebody in the anthology like description or the comments of the video that were talking about how that it's a bunch of crap because it was just a few funny videos filled with a bunch of random music bits that they just skipped over. And I'm like, I think you don't know its purpose. If all the video was constant goofy shorts, to me it would be kind of get boring. The music shorts help balance everything out by having it where it's like a trail mix of video, where if all you have in there is chocolate, you're going to start hating the chocolate. But if you mix in some nuts and you mix in some pretzels and some Chex pieces and stuff, when you have a lot of different flavors that are in there, it makes it so every time you go and get something, you're getting a little different. And it keeps you from burning out on it. And I think that's way better. I like it so that sometimes you get something really cool and maybe not serious, but just like artsy, and then something music, and then something really stupid followed by something else that's not stupid, or something that's not stupid followed by something that's stupid makes that stupid thing funnier. So yeah, it's fine as it is. The crowd very much enjoyed it. But yeah, it was last minute. I mean, the con last minute changed rooms. Not last minute, I guess. It was like, actually, when did they say they were going to do it? The night before. Some of the staffers just were like, why is this in the smaller room? So they worked it out to have it swapped with another room, but that was an hour earlier. So then they were doing what they could to get the information out. We were saying it at the beginning of all of our panels. They even put out some signs at the doors by those panel rooms that were saying, hey, heads up, these two are going to be moved. They put an announcement on Twitter. They changed the schedule online. When I was in the room earlier in the day, I was like, there's a bunch of seats here that can't see the projector. So I mentioned it to Jay. He talked to the staff. Then the staff brought in a whole second projector and screen and got them synced up. Like, this is all the day of, like during the event. That's kind of crazy. I can see that stuff being taken care of and figured out before an event, but in the middle of the event, I was just expecting like, no, we can't anymore. We got to lock in what we have. So, but they did. And then we filled the room, and apparently there was nobody left out. We were able to fill the room fully and comfortably with some people across the walls, and it was good. It was very good. Honestly, they were goated for that. Yeah. Kudos to the team for doing a lot of last minute stuff that they didn't really need to do. It's all things I think they should have had figured out ahead of time, but that's just one panel. compared to like what 80 or 100 others. They can't put that much type of planning into one panel. So the fact that they did do that, it was good. Yeah, it was very enjoyable. It went smooth, no AV issues. I think somebody accidentally hit a light switch during it. That's about the worst that went wrong with it. Now, if that's the worst that you have wrong with it, then we did pretty good. All right. I need to make this now look kind of like the other water does. Well, it really doesn't need to move. What I would like it to do is distort. But that would be harder to do. No, I don't think you can do that. Like, I'd like to have like sub pools kind of close in and maybe some get a little bigger. Within the texture, but I can move things. I don't think I can distort things. I saw shorts posted on Twitter and X and the Anthology panel. People are enjoying it for sure. Oh yeah, they went really good. Please make a vid with Rarity having a dream about being an alicorn. She wakes up at the end and swears and then end the vid. No, probably not. I really want to make a non-comedy video, but it's so hard to make a non-comedy video that's like 10 seconds long, unless you're taking something that already has context from somewhere else and just like you take a really popular fanfic and you like animate 20 seconds of it, then you can do that out of context. But otherwise, like trying to make a serious video is so hard. This one's kind of serious, but even this one's still kind of out of context by being all over the place. Oh shit. I could probably work around that. See if I can do it here. Nope, still there. That could be an issue. Because, like, if you have it going across this room, it's going to disappear. So, like, if I had... I mean, it would work as long as I have VATs in the way. But I don't want to have it where there's a bunch of these and they're disappearing as I'm going across the room. Let me try something. Okay, it is per camera. Damn. It's hoping that maybe I could cheat it with the camera. Remember, it's made me cry. It still makes me cry. Yeah, I know, but I made that in 2015. I made that 10 years ago. I haven't made a serious video in like 6-7 years because it's just video making takes a very long time, and to make something serious, you need to have investment in storytelling and all this other stuff. And to do that requires time, and the long time means longer video, which means longer gap between stuff. Where if I make something stupid that's 10 minutes long, it'll probably give me more views and stuff. I don't like getting stuck doing the same genres over and over again. I don't think Photoquestria has a version of Frank Horrigan. Don't know who that is. Probably from this series though. Serious short, easy have Derpy looking at the camera, tanking out, and she's wearing a t-shirt that says serious derp. Yes, that sounds very serious. It's a very serious horse. I think I have to not use this bottle. If I go and use this, it's going to be a problem. I'm just trying to think of how you get rid of that problem. It's usually because, or if I had to take a guess, it was made specifically for SFM and not game engine portions of it. So, like, let's see here. Calm. Oh, this will just be water. Yeah, I had it up there. This ocean. So yeah, so it doesn't have a collision model. And I believe the collision model is often used for determining when something should like disappear. Like if I go to this, you can see that it has a collision model. So this is determining where the model is in a more simplified space. If I go to here, that one doesn't have one. Carrot Top has a collision model. Yeah, some of these don't, but then they probably don't have that problem. This one doesn't. That's Left 4 Dead. How does the Left 4 Dead model not have a collision model? Yeah, a lot of these don't. Yeah, maybe that isn't the problem. Yeah, that one does. I wish I knew how to solve that problem. Who's supposed to be the strongest character to come out from Fallout? He's a first gen super mutant behemoth in the most advanced set of Enclave power armor, also the antagonist of Fallout 2. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've heard Michael say his name before. Let's just see if I copy this. I just want to do a really quick version of this to see if it will be a problem. Because if I never have the water at the edge of the camera, like left and right, or visible, then I don't need to worry about it. See, you can see it kind of popping in and out like that. But if the views that I have are like see, I'd probably be like this, and you're definitely going to see the edges. So yeah, I don't think I can use this. It's stupid, but I also feel like probably okay. I don't think I'm gonna need it. I think I can do something else. Let's do my standard green screen.
Apples, apples, apples.
Michael talking about Michael things.
Apples, apples.
Okay, so making me talk, and my voice is not there. I miss him. He's sick. I don't have like a horse. Oh wait. No, I don't have a derpy. I wanted a derpy. I have to get my badge downstairs. I haven't brought my badge down. Hold on. I know I can do it. Well, I'll be back in one second. I gotta grab another beer anyway. Hey, I'm Michael. I'm Michael, and I'm a horse. Horsey, horsey, horsey. I'm the cutest mayor of all time. I want to kiss all the other horsies, because I'm Michael, and I love the horsey. Look at my butt. Look at my butt. I don't know why I'm kissing.
No, no smooching.
That's Michael. Is that a Trixie? What's a Rainbow Dash? The big one. Oh my god, you look great, guys.
I'm
He needs some oxygen. He's a little blue. Oh, this is the one I got from Michael. Gave it to my birthday, but I basically bought the exact same one for him of a derpy. It's a from AZG Chip. Makes very, very good plushies. Yes. You want to floor? There. Actually, hold on. There. You get a rainbow down there, just kind of peeking. My variety is 6+. Actually, yeah, it just reminded me. I think I still have one of my the one thing I actually really bought at the con, other than con merch. It's still in Michael's car. I have to get that out. I need a reminder. No, I bought the con shirt just as it's the game show theme. I bought the lanyard, the post. They did a 3 poster set. I only wanted the 1 poster, but they had it as a deal that it was like I'd buy 2 get 1 free essentially. So I just bought all of them. Because I have the I like getting all the guest of honor posters. I don't really care with the guest of honors, but it's a good advertisement for each of the cons, and I have all like a bunch on the wall there, and I want to get more. So I got those. I got the glassware, which was it's a pretty nice cup, but we have to wash them still. We went to a cider tasting, and the cider tasting came with a little tasting glass that we have to also wash, but that was pretty nice. We got at the cider tasting a bottle of cider, but that is a special limited edition brew from Cash Cider. I think it's Milwaukee, and it's actually very good. The cider is very good. It's kind of a milkier texture to it, but it's just the right amount of sweet. It's really good. But the bottle it came in also was like they had like an embedded painted whatever on it to have it very specific to the event. It was really, really cool. Yeah, I'll have to find a spot for on the badge wall as well. I do have over there the one badge I have over my lanyards is the one from 2 weeks ago when I was on Dallas too, but that wasn't horse. The one thing I really bought at the vendor hall was H.H. Woodcrafts. I think it goes where work otherwise. He had D&D screens that were made of wood with magnets on them and had some engraving on the front, and so I got one of those because I thought they're really cool. We're going to do D&D soon, so I thought, hey, that's a really nice D&D screen. That's the one that's on the car. I have to get out, though it has all their posters in it too, so I have to get that them out of there. And was there anything else I got? Yeah, that Michael stick with Concord. No. Well, technically, it wasn't really a thing. Is this still working? Is this still down? It's still down. We all got anthology shirts. So they're the same as the other ones where it's the whole beginning of the theme for Anthology 8 was kind of like Kingdom Hearts. So it's the Anthology 8 logo at the front, and then it's got my name on the back and the top with everybody's signature that worked on it in the back as well. It's the same as the other. I have 3 that are like that now. No, 2, 6 and 7. 5, I have a shirt for that, but I don't think it has any signatures or anything. So yeah, that was a nice thing I got to, but I thought there was something else. I can't remember. Michael bought like random little goofy or like Rainbow Dash things for me, but other than that, yeah, I can't think of anything else that I got. Were you ever a Dragon Ball fan? Yeah, I used to watch Dragon Ball Z. I've watched all of Dragon Ball Z, all of Dragon Ball, all of Dragon Ball GT, but after those three, I really hadn't watched any. Discovered it in 1998. Yeah, I wasn't quite that early. That was earlier than me. I was probably like mid 2000s. No. Probably earlier 2000s, because I was buying the DVDs of Dragon Ball GT as it was being released at a Hollywood Video. So like, I know GT's not great, but I was buying them when they were being released, so I didn't know that. But I do own them all, so. But other than that, I don't think I had much for con swag. I did a couple panels. I was on the 3D, or not 3D, just animating fan workshop with Minty, and I forgot her name too, but she does all hand-drawn stuff. It's pretty good. That's always a low-key panel that just kind of is off-the-cuff random conversation. It's usually about letting Minty ramble on for 40 minutes on technical topics, but I did 3D animating live, where I did the first half was kind of showing how you would do a very basic animation. Then the last half just doing requests and trying to do them as fast as I could. Anthology went really well. Bad fan fiction went really well, even though it was at 12:30 at night. I thought that it was going to have a low turnout, but we had standing room for a little while, and while some people did leave before 2, the room was still very full, so I was very happy with that. I thought it was going to have a lower turnout because of the late time. We got through all but one. We didn't get through the Twilight Goes to Tartarus fic, but overall it went really good. It went really, really good. I was very happy. Well, that's fine. It's 2 a.m. I'm not surprised. It was like 2 years ago or something. We got pushed into that late time bracket, and that time there was the community wasn't as interested in being that late, and there was a lot of people that when they learned that it was 2 a.m. that we were ending, they just turned around and left, and we had a horrible turnout. So that's where I was expecting that again. But it did help that Pony's Nostalgia was right beforehand. It had a pretty full room, so we could advertise it and just stay here. And I think that helped a little too. Hello, Akami. I've been a bit. How was Ciderfest? I was just going over that. So overall, good. It went really well. I had fun. Looking forward to whatever the next one is. I don't know. I haven't planned out any stuff yet. Oh, the problem with doing full liquid is I have to make sure I'm always below whatever that's in those vats. That'd be funny if Dashy behind you snuck up with a mallet. I don't think I would like that very much, because that would hurt. Awesome. Yeah, it was fun. Got to see some people. I would say some of them I haven't seen in a while, but I got to see Shelby. Goes by Hellhound online, another SFM animator. I hadn't seen him in a while, and then he ended up being at BabsCon this year, and then was also at Ciderfest. So like, hadn't seen him for a while, and then suddenly it was twice in a year. So that was pretty cool. Trying to think if there's anybody else I hadn't seen in a while. That was nice to get to see. I can't think of anybody else that was like wow, it's been forever type things. There's a couple of people that sadly weren't there, but a lot of them wanted to be, just couldn't be for some other reason. Got to see Jelly again. Well, yeah, but I saw Jelly within the last year. I'm trying to think if there's anybody that I haven't seen in a few years that just was like, whoa, like, where have you been? thought the water I was looking for had O1 in it. Sure. Need to find the model that I use for water. Because I need to copy the texture from it. Does it get water moving? Yes, that okay. I was trying to figure out what the wording was for it. It's not visible. I should have done the wireframe. Hopefully these are both in the same folder. This is in user mod. This is in workshop. Damn it. Okay. It's going to take a little bit to get done. We'll figure it out. When a live action movie comes out, it should be a little bit of resurgence of appearances, unless the movie reality sucks. It really sucks. I think that most of the people that I really interacted with in the community don't care what the content is. They just left in general. They're not going to be back for any reason.
Smooching time.
But those people that are still there, they're going to think there's some people that are still around, but they're just can't afford it, or other things that are going on with their life, and they're just hoping that have it where it's eventually they can pop in. So what you working on? Also, that's cool. Your hydrate uses Spitfire. Yep, I think the dehydrate uses Rainbow as well too. We've got a lot of horses in there. We got. How did I miss these new redeems? There's a few. Ghost Fag. You want a Ghost Fag too? Ghost fact of, I don't know if Michael said that one. Ghosts are afraid of the dark, just like you are, or any normal people. That's why when it's really dark, they get scared. But their scared sound is ooh. That's them actually going ah. And then when you pop in, they want to make sure you're like okay. They're like no, don't be scared. And then they chase after you, and then you get scared more. So yeah, ghosts are afraid of the dark. Would you like a video that reminds you of photo finish? No. I don't need idea videos. I kind of two reasons. One reason I don't like taking somebody else's idea well, the main reason of and putting it in somewhere is because then it's not really my video. So I tend to have a base idea and then have everybody else kind of help me work it from there. No, we're working on for those as earlier, this is a Ministry Mayor's video that is going to take forever because there's so many technical challenges for it. That is using all the Ministry Mayor's segments from the Fallout books and just trying to turn it into a larger video. And I have a lot of it planned. All of these, for the most part, it's either scene builds that are already started, or if there's text, it's scene builds that aren't started. Only one is actually done. Like this is the only one that's actually done. It just isn't rendered. That one's basically done. Some of these are about half done. That one's basically done. So it's just going to be a lot of showing Ministry Mayors going throughout their like the different scenes from within the book, and all that. Then there's also a little futuristic bit in the middle where lots of people get shot. But yeah. So it's just, this is a in-between project being worked on when I'm not working on other things. So my goal is to have it done sometime before I die. Where do you open this? Okay, so I need this open, and I need this. Oh yeah, so this was the other ones. I don't want that right now. I just want a base. Well, I should probably get it working, and then I'll figure it out from there. Let's grab. That's the bright blue. I don't want the bright blue. We'll just grab this one. Okay, and then we go, let's grab blue screen. So this is Fallout question related, yes. If you still smell con funk a week after a convention, it means you're being haunted by the ghost of a fursuit. Yeah. There was Din went through the line before Anthology and was handing out deodorant to people. At least one of them. I don't know if he had more. I think it was just a joke because the Anthology crews, they're assholes and it's great. Jessica Hagen, she's a pop punk artist from Germany. Her outfits remind me. Okay. Can poop mattress be redeemed? Yeah, we could probably do something like that. I would probably turn it more into just a cycle with the song playing instead of like a full, like whatever of her like flying up and whatever. All right, so I need to basically get a lot of that information to here. We're just gonna right now, I'll just say screw it, do this the easy way. Where'd the water go? Did I do water hydro base? It's probably... Oh, that's fine. The TF water normal needs to go with this though. Okay. And Dud V. Hell is Dud V? What the hell is a Dud V? DUDV, DUDV texture. Store another change by applying directional offsets to its UV coordinates. That's good to know. Okay. So it looks like it's just kind of a standard thing that they have in there because it's in both folders. Okay. This is standard as well. That should... Oh, I need to type in the new folder location. Okay. No, the song would stay with it. I'm saying I'm not going to have her like looking around or something. It'd probably be just a happy horse on a thing. Cheers in the water. Hello, Starfire. Okay, so that's what that is doing. Is it's creating that distortion effect of the like. It's kind of what I was hoping for, but it looks like the distortion effect isn't about making pools go in and out. It's just causing a distortion of everything behind it. So, okay. Which is what that would be, but this is about. I still have them locked into the texture direction and stuff. Okay. So this is about, it gives me the texture. Look here. For A. I'm going to use, yeah, let's grab B. Because I want some kind of, well, I could just use the water texture on top and then put a texture below it that actually gives it definition. That might work better. Because then it would be, it's going. Oh, that was the wrong one to go away. This one go away. So it is moving a little fast, but that's kind of fine. Could make it act like it's leaking or something. I don't know. What I'm saying, irradiated. Yes, these are. That's just kind of a thing that came with those models. I'm working on getting some stuff below it. So for this, it would be. I can copy this. So let's make. Oh, I made it brighter. That's neat. Let's get this to. Boop. Oh, boop. So it's not going to really change too much because this is a very flat texture that was put below it. But if I were to put some kind of a texture down there, it would apply that, which actually makes me think if we go and do, because that is about like purely transparent. If I do grab, let's say from here, just about everything. We're going to go up until refract texture. See, this is only the normal map. There's no texture on top of it. Yeah. Okay. And then so there's still no texture that is pointing to. Let's see how this changes things. Okay, so this is about taking information around it, which can work, but it also can be bad because it really changes kind of what things look like depending on the angle. That green that's visible is the green that's in here. Probably don't want that. Let's try C. You see, this one actually is using that base texture. And is vertex lit generic. So we're adding refraction on top of it, I guess. I think that's it. Thank you very much, Sunset, for the resub. 33 years, too. Thank you very much. Also known as the origin story of the Joker. See, that doesn't have any refraction. I feel like the first one is the best one. Actually, what am I doing? I should probably just go here for this. Figure out some of this, because this is what I did here to make it look kind of cool. But I want to figure out what I did. Okay, so that's the whatever that went over it. Is that just a missing texture? No. Definitely looks like it though. So we just put this below it. And what is this pointing to? Oh, it's in the water folder. We did a rainbow one. Let us load the water. I think if I load the rainbow into this one, because this, I'm using a second. I'm using a second texture, but the blue screen I can just use as the, like the white screen or something. Let's just grab gray screen. I think there's a gray screen. Yeah, gray screen. No, not open it. Redirect. Okay. Now for this one, I'm going to grab C. So I want an actual texture applied to this. And then for this, we're going to grab our file folder name again. Anything with the kins. Okay. And then have this instead point to rainbow. I don't know if there's an invisibility with it, but we'll figure that out later. Okay. Let's go back to this shot. All right, so we have our like whatever liquid thing. Sure. We're going to grab this one. I think it's 4. Yeah, okay. So that is our rainbow, but that is very, very big. We want to be more zoomed in than that. Does it let you do texture transform? I thought we did. We did not. This one just has very small texture, where the gray screen does not. We had problems doing this last time, though, I believe. What was number 2? Whatever. All right. The sequence of things you have to put here is really confusing. I believe it's just the text as it is, but I kind of want to find an example. Because base texture transform is confusing. Come on, give me some examples. Actually, this seems like a just pretty decent file to read through. Okay, when I search transform, it's not going to pop up. So lots of information, but it does not look like it actually covers that topic. Maybe I just, because I didn't type it in right. Because it says like center, but I want to make sure, like, do I actually write center? Or do I have to have something else with it? Just had a cigar. I haven't had one in a while. I have one on my desk upstairs. I just haven't used it. Yeah, it looks like they're actually putting the text in there. That's just AI responses, right? Yeah. So who knows? Okay, well, we'll see. Does it have brackets around it? No, it's not showing it. Sometimes textures are okay with it, some aren't. Nope. Didn't work. I could just make lots of them, but then that's just tons of models to load in, and I'd rather not do that. These other ones don't have zeros. Let me see if that makes a difference. Nope. Base texture transforms. Oh, it never works, and that's what confuses me. Is it should. So, what is wrong? Yeah, so this is person's putting it all in that way too. Giving it was only available in Hero Plus Plus. Okay. So there's some, I can't do anything with that. So I'm doing it right. It's just something about it is just, well, for one, technically I have that wrong, but I don't think it's going to make a difference. Nope. Oh, technically it is also fighting it. Can I? Oh, I thought maybe I could find a way to set the scaling in there too, but no. Can't. Okay. That might be it. I might have to like just do what my original plan was and just could just make it much smaller. But then my other problem with even that is oh, I did the wrong one. The amount it would take to make this work is just stupid. I don't think it's going to work the same. Well, actually, try something. If we grab one of these, we got the wrong one. Is this actually, wait, am I doing this the way I think I'm doing this? Because okay, no, that is yellow. Then why? Well, this one was purple. Okay, I grabbed the purple one. Thought it was clear. Because I could just paste this one and just do this. It's really not going to be noticeable on the edge. It's going to have a little bit of weirdness, but it would work. But I'd have to get the rainbow one on this one. This is an override, but I'm not. What is making it purple if there's no override on it? Now I'm confused. Unless it is just a missing texture bit, and I'm just like, whatever. Okay, so there's yellow. There's rainbow. I mean, that would work as a liquid. It's a little bright. Let me go modify our rainbow texture. Not that one. Oh, that'd just be in the B. No, because I would modify the other one too. What's making this bright? Nothing. This is using a refract. Can I do a color override? I cannot. How do I make you less bright? Can I override your refract action? Yeah, I can't modify the other one because it's going to do whatever. There's so many things I'm trying to figure out here. Let's try refract amount. Oh, I need to keep that one on there. Wheel. So what if I did like that 7? Oh, that's kind of trippy. That's pretty rainbow. We'll keep that for a sec. Why do I refract them on here twice? Shouldn't matter. Environment map tint. There we go. I can't override it. I was just blind. Or not. Okay, there we go. Oh, that's boring now. Looks like snow now. Is it snowing? It's not for us yet. It's just still rain for us. Oh, this is. Oh, the other one is going to be going pretty quick too. So we're going to slow this one down. Texture rate 22. Okay. Now the question is, does that work, or is that like, is that, I think that to me is too uniform. But if I try to shine or put any light on it, it's not going to look right. Or it wouldn't work for one, but I don't think even that would work. Because like this works, it does get a little weird towards the edges where you can start seeing sometimes where the liquid is not quite matching up to it. I like the idea of those leaking out and kind of pooling in certain areas around things. My problem with that is how does this also have the problem of like disappearing? Yeah, it does. That one's easier to work around though. Okay, we're gonna do this where we're gonna put like this whole. Why is it making that disappear? Because that's not good. I mean, I can see it there. Everything's unreliable. I can't use it if I don't know if it's gonna work. I hate dealing with this shit. I could try to copy everything up from the one texture to another one. I wish sometimes Valve would actually make something as a final product. But it's only... Yeah, it's only that model that has that problem. If it goes further down... Nope. Might need to rethink it, and I don't like that because it feels like I'm just beating my head against the wall and hoping to make a hole. No, SFM's never done liquid great. I don't think I can use that if it's again going to be unreliable. I might just have to say like future problem, because it has to be a problem that is solved at some point, and just not deal with it right now. This is fully refract, which means since the one had refract tint, this is blue screen. Maybe this has a refractant. Does. No, well, I'm kind of curious on something. Can we make liquid that has a distance? Oh, this gives me an idea. Let's see. This is let's say this is like a green goopy. I'm curious on toolbox use type things. Okay, so I can put a second layer down. Let's put a second layer. But okay, so we actually don't went the wrong direction with that. This is 0.17. Oh, I'm looking at the original. That's why this is causing me confusion. Okay, you do that. Okay, let's go with this. So let's say, for one, what if I don't do a decimal on the first two? Okay, it looks about the same. Okay. Okay, I can see the one part that's not working too good. So let's see. There was a refract amount, right? An amount. No, I don't think that was it. I think it was refract amount. I'm curious on this because if you do it kind of right, you might be able to make like water that actually has a depth to it and looks really good. Oops. That does not look quite like the other one was. Why did that suddenly break by just adding the refract amount? It is already here of that same value. Particularly, I'm using this one though. Refract amount. 0.08. That would do it. Okay, so that is refract. Yeah, if I did, actually that wasn't the value I was thinking of. Well, no, I could reduce the bit. It was about the transparency. I don't think I can affect the transparency. Right? No. Because I could make it go into a blacken, like a void, but I don't think I can get it to go. Because like if you do the tint at some point down to 0, you could like pick a point of no visibility, but then it would still be a black bottom where I want a green bottom. But if I do anything other than black, it's going to have transparency. So I was trying to think of how I could remove the transparency without having to like load up 10 different versions of the model with all various levels of transparency. The refract seems like it is the refract amount. But then I thought there was another one. Refract tint, no. Environment tint, no. What is this one? Doesn't change anything. Okay. All right, maybe not. If it was like a black void you were going into, sure, but that's not quite the same. You could do, because originally I wanted to have it where you could reduce the refraction and have it where as you were going down, the different levels would decrease the amount of refraction. But I don't think you can do that unless there's a value in here that just nobody was using. Neural map, bump transform, refract tint, refract tint texture, fraction amount. That's what we're playing around with. Blur amount, force refract. So shadow use for cards of port filter. No. Force alpha white. I'm told to write alpha to the best buffer or desk buffer. No. No. Maybe not. Boo. That would have been really cool. Refract tint can be used in conjunction with refract tint. I mean, I get it here. I think they just copy pasted and forgot something. Okay. Well, now I'm saying, all right, well, I guess that's not going to work. Nonetheless, we might be able to make some of this work here. So, well, that's kind of weird when that value gets really high. But see, like, that is kind of invisible now. If you were to put that like down here, let's put this, like, let's say this is 0.3. No, not even 0.3. Let's say 0.2. And then this one was to be just below the surface. Let's put it like here. And then copy. Let's do this one. Nope. Oh, I gotta select this again. Let's do another set 4. This one much further down. This one down 2. So this is kind of creating an effect that the deeper it goes, the stronger the effect, which then does kind of make it look like the deeper it is, like, because then this is pretty clear at the surface, but then as you look further down, it starts getting more messed up to the point where let's go down to here. You could do 1, so then it gets pretty messed up. So that actually looks pretty good. Like, you still get some of the details, but then especially from like right here, that looks surprisingly good. But like, if I just did the bottom layer, it would look like this. It is essentially allowing me to use, because there's a blur effect, it's allowing me to use the layering of the blur effects to like stack on top of each other. But then from this angle, you can still get the details of what it is under the water, but from a nice strong like distance, it still looks like a big old mass of stuff. This I could work with a bit more. Than I could before. It's just the problem of single color. What happens? Let's see, this is testing. Oh, see, that looks pretty good. I made Jello. Jello doesn't move like this. Jello's like you hit it and then it goes blah 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 blah. It like sticks in place. This is a constant moving thing. This would work really well for like a river. I mean, as you go like fall below the surface, it's not so good because the bottom one's that more messy, whatever. But if you were to do this in more in a lot more nuanced levels, like I'm doing this in like pretty large chunks, like doing it in 4. If you were to do this in like 15 levels at much smaller levels, so like if character fall in, which this is the one kind of problem about it, is you're getting a little bit, actually no you're not. I thought it was going to give me like the weird, okay, it is giving a little bit, so you can see that it's causing her like some effect behind her. That's just any game like thing, you're going to get that. But my thought is if you dip her, all right, you're going to go into Cancer now. Bye bye Twilight. Now see, at the beginning you can still see her details, but the further she goes down, that like it just gets harder to see, and that's kind of what I was going for. But the more layers of this I had, they'd all be playing off each other. Like, you know what, fuck it, let's just try to like do it in a kind of a nuanced way, because I'm really curious, because I might be able to do something with it. This is my testing. All right. So this is the green, not green screen. I'm doing, it's green, but it's the blue. Okay. So this is, add attribute float, refract amount. And I need this to be 0. I need some, though I think this might be a little strong for the top layer. Yeah. Let's go 0.2. So it's something. Yeah, a little bit. But as long as I don't focus on my computer too much, I shouldn't damage. Maybe not have laser eyes. Okay. Oh, hello, Cal-chan. Sorry, I didn't even know his name. Oh, that's what he said. I went to LASIK this morning. Yeah, I know. Kyle had that done before. He said it was pretty good, so I'm hoping it goes well for you. Three, so let's do 5. Trying out some different potential methods for making water stuff better, and I kind of had an idea, and I'm seeing if it works. So a little higher. Okay. We're playing with the refraction amounts at varying levels to see if we can kind of create an effect so that the water is more disturbed the further down you go, but stays fairly clean towards the top. Had a pretty neat effect when you started getting into some very strong numbers with it. Okay, so now I'm going to start increasing this a bit. So I'm going to go to 1.3. 2.3. We're going to go a little deeper. I'm selecting all so I can see kind of how their spacing is. Go a little deeper in that. Okay, and I'm going to go to 2. Three. Four. One. Thank you very much, Soul Kitty. Yes, I agree. Yeah, see now you still get the good distance, looks like sludge, but from up close, you still maintain a good amount of that detail towards the top, but the further down you look, kind of the more messed up it gets. So this is creating an effect now that is causing, it's not distorting it as bad. A lot of the other ones I wasn't liking. You can kind of see it a little bit here that it's still shifting things over a certain amount, but collectively it looks fine. Let's get our Twilight guinea pig over here again. Something else I was going to test with this and I forgot. Okay, so go in Goop. Yeah, so you can still see her details towards the top, and then as she goes down, she gets much harder to see. But towards the surface, you can actually see like she's actually coming up towards the surface a little bit more. I would have liked, actually I can probably even try that too. Let's try taking this top layer. And we're going to grab the color and we're going to just make it slightly less green. It doesn't seem to change anything. Okay. So it is making it a transparent green, not... Oh, okay. So it's doing the standard thing SFM does, where white is fully transparent, black is fully not transparent. Thank you for the follow. Not going to attempt that. Thank you. Oh, cosine rabbit. Okay, it actually gave it in parentheses there. Thank you very much, cosine rabbit. We're playing around with SFM to see if there's some neatness we can figure out. Actually, let me try if I do 0.9, 0.5. Okay, so like I thought, it's making everything dark because the top layer is dark. So I probably wouldn't want to do that. Can I overdrive these? I can. Which means I could make this darker as it goes. Yeah, I'm gonna try it. Let's put the top one at 1.2. And then this one at 1. And then this one at 0.80. So like I was thinking would probably happen. Actually, there's enough of these that I'm going to go 9.0. You're only going to see the brighter areas at the very edges, but I guess that is actually accurate. Is it behind Derpy? Yeah, it's kind of behind Derpy. So it would work, but I'd probably have to make it more gradual of a change because you can very easily see that like kind of transition line. Like even why is this one? I thought this would match the one above it. 0.8. Wait. A 0.8. Now if I do this one 0.8, does it even darken further? Does it stack? Does. Ooh. Yeah, because to me this is actually a bit more realistic to how liquid would work. You're going to get brighter at the top because you have more light coming through, and then it's going to get darker and darker as you go down. And so if you set that to a refractant of like 0.9 overall, like, so the top one would stay at 1. Actually that one's at 1, but then if essentially everyone below that had 0. Whatever value that is, it would, each one would add to itself. A lot easier than having to come up with custom numbers every time. This is closer to what I was actually hoping to originally do. Yeah. Brighter at the edges, darker as she goes. And now, because of the dark part of it, I could technically just layer this a few more down until I think I'm in the floor now. Yeah, now I'm at the floor, so that's as far as I can go down. But now I have good detail. It's brighter at the top and it gets darker. That actually looks a lot better than if I did nothing. For like a goop. The problem is I still got to trigger out to do multicolor. But I learned stuff. There was something else I was going to attempt and I don't remember what I was going to do. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I don't think you want to go in this pool unless you want to become Alicorn. Okay, so if I'm shining, where's my camera? There it is. That's why I can't see anything. All right, we're gonna move our camera over here so we can kind of see what's going on. Okay, so this vat is the one the camera mainly sees. Okay, which means that if you actually had some like water going, like something going under the water here, the camera is what you see up on top. You can actually see it kind of underneath. But what I wanted to see is if I turned on, I want to turn off shadows and then turn on, yeah, shadows would have actually caused havoc there. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Wish you could tell them to ignore certain models or whatever for shadows. Now, what happens if I enable volumetrics? Does the volumetrics play into it at all? It doesn't. So it does not pay attention to volumetrics. I was wondering if I could cause a glow underneath from a light, if it could cause it to radiate like pools of certain colors. Oh, but even if I don't, with how those flashlights worked, like because of how these lights kind of work. So the only problem is right here, this water is going to be hard to light or put any light into because it is getting its brightness from other things around it. So I would have to have like kind of like a master light. Also, that effect definitely breaks down from a distance. Looks great up close, but actually at a distance, then you don't really need to have depth because you're so far away, it wouldn't matter. Okay, so we'll say that we have like, let's give it like, let's just give it some very basic 3-point lighting. Okay, so this is just to fill the area up with light. Let's grab the concrete blocks that are here. Okay, so I do need to select these all because I have to copy them. I need to put that wall behind because if it's just black, the light doesn't have anything to work with through the water. Damn it. It's just stupid and I can't fully like select this way. I have to do this. If I don't select, I can't copy. It's only partially selected right now. But if you misclick in that one little pixel between them, it deselects everything. Besides Lisa, how's Kilchan doing otherwise? Behaving yourself? We were just at a horse con. There we go. Okay. Yeah, now it actually looks like it has a little bit of depth to it. I have a feeling that this one's not supposed to be there. Damn it. Yeah. Okay. So this is right now, the liquid is defaulted to green. I think that it would be good to have it with a default color, so I'm going to keep it with the default of green. But if I had, oh, those are my 3-point lights. New light. Like a light. Shining ha. Can I color it? Or does it force it to be green? Oh, it's going to force it to be green. Damn. Well, oh, wait. Maybe. If, instead of green, instead of forcing it green, if I went to white. White is the transparent layer. Let's give this a shot anyway. I think this is going to end up being that it only works for single colors. Because this is casting the light on the surface. I'm trying to get it in the refraction. You can technically keep the bottom green because, like, why not? Okay, now we grab our lights. Now I can kind of cast it in places to make kind of liquid somethings, but I have to be careful because, well, I guess I can have it go above the water, but I really don't want it to. And this is without shadow, right? Yes. All right, so we're just going to have it over this 2-second period. Actually, I'm going to go back to our lights colors here. We're going to say this is, sure, we'll make it nothing right now. Over a 2-second period, we're going to make it red. And then over this period, we're going to make it green. Green. Over this period, we're going to make it blue. And over this period, we're going to make it red again. And then from here to here. Now, that is way too fast. So this is over 9 seconds. So we'll go to 29 just to keep it so it's even. Okay, so now it's just kind of alternating colors. And now we take this, we copy it. And we paste it and we go somewhere else. We point somewhere else. We say here at this color, and then we go here pointing like over in this direction. And we're gonna change that too. And we're gonna take another one and we're going to go a little bit different. We're gonna point this one back at everything. So, you know, there's not as much for this one to reflect off of, but I guess if you do it built to the scene, like if I were to have it pointed here, and then we had another one. Let's see, we want this one to be more in the red for this, and then we pointed it. This is the vat there. Because then at least I have to decrease the blur amount, but then you're getting this like, that actually looks probably the best for what we've done so far. For like a rainbow liquid. What do you guys think? That actually is not bad. It's primarily green, but that's because the bottom itself is green. If you were at a stronger angle, like here, the green would probably be reduced a little bit. Or if we were to actually just go on the bottom and also make this one there, it might be better. Yeah, that probably works better. But how does that work for a rainbow liquid? I feel like okay, well, all right, I have this wrong because I should move it like here and then loop it, because then you'll see the colors actually shift. I think that actually looks better than I thought it was going to. I'm not quite 100% happy with how it kind of lights up near the surfaces right up here, but if I were to take like this light and put it like here, and then this one, that one's actually pretty decent. That one is good. If just some of these lights always went a little above the surfaces like this, I think it'll help for the effect, because then it's transitioning above. But that looks like a better, and then this actually causes a nice mix in where whatever is in the vat color here does look like it's mixing in with the rest. Probably the best we've done so far, and it's not far off from what I would kind of want for a rainbow liquid thingy. It's just that as soon as you move to like here, it doesn't work anymore because it's built to be seen from here. But anything we're doing, any angle, I can just do the same thing. It's just if you're going to be up here, which you probably would be, I probably would decrease the strength of those effects so it works from that distance, so that it looks more like when we were closer, but then just put that all around the room in the different angles and stuff. That actually turned out pretty damn good. I feel like I got there by accident, but I got there. Okay, so if we want this to be viewed from a larger distance though, we need to go into here. We're gonna say refract amount. We're gonna drop this to 0.01. Is it that I need to reduce? I don't think so. Cheers, Jordan. I think what I needed to reduce is no, the tint was the darkening effect, so it is this. So it'd be like 0.01 and then 0.02. 0.04. We'll do 3. 4. 0.5. I'm wondering if I can actually reduce the effects enough. Okay, it does look like I'm getting a little bit more detail back. It's kind of looking like a painting. 7. 8. Here to watch you today because I'm bored. Well, we only have like 6 minutes left. We spent all day just trying to do trying to make rainbow liquid, essentially. And the solution we came up to is essentially this. We have to, this isn't final, but it's pretty close to. I think the edges on the far edge are a little extra blurred, but, and I could probably play with the layer depths. Like I could probably get rid of, a couple layers. Ooh, actually those couple last layers were kind of important. Ooh. Or is it just, oh, okay. I think each layer just blurring on top of each other is what really gives that, like, ooh, yeah, it's an interesting effect. Because in Fallout with the vats on the ground, it's supposed to be a combination of just various color liquids that are melded together, and it's really hard because if you think about, like, if you take a bunch of paints and mix them together, you just kind of get black or white depending on what you're looking at. You just get it, or brown, that's kind of the more common one. You just get a mix of everything and it ends up being just a different color. Where in this, if you wanted to have a rainbow liquid, you had to have distinct colors in like areas and segments. So we did this by having increasing layers of blur, essentially. You can kind of see it get stronger effect as you go. And then just shining various lights around that all kind of shift amongst the different colors. And then when you kind of back up and you look at it as a whole, kind of just blends all together. So I think the only thing that bugs me is the edges are like, if I zoom in, they look pretty good, but from here, the more you're backed up, the more blurred it gets, and then it kind of feels like wrong. But if I were to have this shot from, like, say here, I'm going to probably be playing with a, let's see here, with a 50 lens, more than likely. If I'm doing that, it looks fine. It's really when I'm pulling it out way too far back out, and I'm thinking, let's see here, is that 50 again? No. Even if I did 35, which I won't do, it's not too bad. I'm probably going to be a 50, and it's probably going to be along this lines. And then the most you probably see is down like here, where then and it'll only be for like a second. We're probably doing all this, and it's probably not even going to really matter, because I bet you that, like, angle wise, you're barely going to see it. Oh yeah, you can see all the layers here. So the top layers have the least amount of changes, so you can see through here. It's not manipulating much on the background, but the further you down you go, each individual layer is manipulating it more and more. But when you start getting really high, the manipulation starts looking like this. That's not pretty. But if you layer it and you start layering it, it starts fuzzing that detail out till you get to the point of being pretty good. Ooh, muddy. There's going to be a seam that is going to want to interact with itself, and that is going to be a bitch. Let's see if we can minimize it. That's not too bad. You're going to see, it's going to be a little weird when you're like right on the angle of it, right there, but it never will be. And you can see a little bit of the lines there, but again, not going to worry. And if the camera's going to be like here, there's a chance that I could be far enough back that I would get some kind of visibility beyond this line here, but I'm not going to worry about it. I can always create more layers if I want. But that should be good for now. Okay. Well, that took a long time, but science won in the end. Got a result that I'm happy with. And looks decent. All right. Well, like I said, we're out of time now, so gotta give my voice a break. Okay. We need to go Twitch. Keep working hard. Nah, don't work that hard at stuff. I could get videos done like 10 times faster if I didn't care about like mental health and all that. I have a lot of other hobbies and stuff that I put time into, and I don't want to have YouTube taken over for that. So let's see what else is on here. Yeah, super interesting sciencey stuff, I guess. Well, I hope it was interesting. A lot of it was just like, see how my brain works. I just saw Paleo. I got to say is go like, hey. That was it. The entire time. Barely got to say anything. Yeah, I waved at Paleo and then I talked to like AC Race Best for like 15 seconds. Never saw Saber. Yeah, like I feel like most of the biggest name people at a lot of the cons, you don't see too much outside of their panels. They're kind of just like to like places they want to be, and they don't to chill and open. But I can understand that. Like when I used to BronyCon, if you go out and you like hand wave and say, hey, come talk to me if you want, you kind of never go anywhere. So I can understand that they probably want to, you know, as soon as they're done doing the certain things to do a little mingling and then get the hell out. Can you imagine the kicking puppy look Michael would have if you gave up pony animation? No more smooches. No. I think that he would affect him more is how that would affect like visiting of conventions and some stuff. He looks at horses all the time. Like his phone, if I last remember, had like thousands of horse pictures just downloaded, because he downloads them then puts them on Discord or something to share. Okay, we can head over to Passion About Ponies. They were just at Ciderfest as well, apparently. Don't know everybody by name. But okay, we can head over there because they're playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I heard that game is actually really good, though it was mainly about playing on the ship. Oh yeah, hold on. I got to manually switch to my credits because the thing's not working. There we go. No, I thought about quitting a couple years ago, when I had a really rough time for a while, and thought about it for a couple weeks. And the solution I came to is, if I were to,
No smooching.
I'd get really bored really quick. So instead, I'll just stick with the things I know. Michael will probably be back Friday. We'll have to see what's going to happen. There's actually a chance we might not stream Friday. We have we're going to Phantom of the Opera at 1 p.m. and that's going to take like a couple hours, and then we're probably going to go to like lunch or dinner. And so yeah, I don't know how that's going to look. That I might have to play that by ear. We'll see. Friday again is interesting. But I have a bit of time off, so I might just make up for it some other day. Plus, it keeps you as major name of the fandom. Nah, I could be bigger if I wanted. I've just kind of given up on hand waving. Oh, I gotta go. Bye-bye. Rating.